What's up guys, welcome back to the channel. Branded Dude here. We have a replay. We are going up against Ryzeal Mitsurugi. So 60 card branded, no change to the deck list just yet. But Ryzeal Mitsurugi, one thing I would like to point out here, I don't know if my opponent was playing hand traps. But yeah, anyways, as you can see, it's kind of weird. No, he doesn't really join to a lot of hand traps. But yeah, let's just hop straight into the duel. So here, opening hands, we have Thrust, Eclipse, Kobai, Droplet, and Talent. So we have a dead hand. We are going first, so we have no plays here whatsoever. Opponent opens Futsu, Mitsurugi Ritual, the Maximus, Bonfire, and Nadir Servant. So yeah, Ryzeal Mitsurugi deck. He has access to some Mitsurugi engine, I guess. Yeah, he does. And then Nadir just help him get there. But he will lock him out of the extra deck if he uses it. And he has Bonfire. So yeah, we go to main phase. And unfortunately, we just set Eclipse, Kobai, and Droplet because we have no plays, and we pass turn. Opponent draws Nadir for turn, but he starts off with Bonfire, searching for ice, and then he's going to activate normal summon ice, effect, summon X, and X here will search for sword, which he can special summon from his hand. He then overlays to go into Detonator. I guess it's because we have 3 back rows, so he sets up Detonator pretty early for that. He then special summons Sword from hand. Sword will search for X Ryzeal, which he can still special summon by sending Eclipse to him. He then overlays into Tornado Dragon. Now here I was a bit worried. Okay, Tornado Dragon can pop one. If he goes Chain Link 1 Tornado, we chain either our back row, then Detonator can trigger again to pop 2. So here on the Summon Tornado and on its activation, we don't do anything. We simply let it resolve, so hit the Droplet. Opponent activates the Mitsurugi Ritual to summon from hand. So he summons Futsu by tributing Kusanagi and Saji. Then Chainlink 1 Saji and Chainlink 2 Kusanagi. Kusanagi adds back the Ritual spell. And Saji here will add Mitsurugi Prayers. And then activate Prayers here, tributing Futsu. Wait, is it Prayers? No, activate Mitsurugi Ritual, tributing Futsu to summon Ame. And then it's going to be just Futsu, which will reborn itself and add the Mitsurugi Trap card. Boom, now he has enough damage on the board. So here I was really hoping, first he enters battle phase and we attempt to activate Eclipse, hoping he doesn't have Ash Blossom. But if he did, Kobai is there, but we were just hoping that he had no way to stop Eclipse. To this, my opponent does activate Ame, forcing out to either discard or Eclipse gets negated. So we discard Thrust because Talons, I decide if he activates something, we maybe want to either draw cards, but most probably we're not going to want to take control of a monster. We're going to need to draw cards. So we just got Thrust, and yeah, this resolves. So luckily for us, we get to survive a turn. But our opponent is going to draw 4 cards. Opponent then special summons Maximus, banishing Eclipse, Maximus effect. So here we do get to profit off this. Now here, my opponent sends Garura and enters, and we send Albion, and I decide to send Garura as well. So Garura just to get the draw, and obviously Albion to get Branded Fusion to hand. But I was also contemplating whether I send Titan Clad. Then Titan in the end phase before we resolve Eclipse, we could use Titan, summon Albaz. Albaz will discard the talents, but we will use Maximus, fuse away into most probably Albion, and then we could trigger Albion's effect to fusion to go into what's his name, Chaos Star Source Dragon. Maybe either we could pop the monsters face down so he gets less draws, or we could pop the back row if he ends up setting. So that was my thought process at first. But I don't know. I didn't know what the other 4 cards we know 2 cards in his hand. I don't know what the other 2 were, so I was a bit worried what he was going to get. But I guess maybe sending Titaniclad would be a better play so that we could hopefully reduce the number of cards he draws of Eclipse. But anyways, we send Garura and Albion. On reds, it's going to be Chainlink 1 Garura, Chainlink 2 enters, popping our back row. To this, we go Chainlink 3 Garura, but with Kobai, I decide to activate it and target Kusanagi, so that's why he doesn't get to recycle his Mitsurugi spells during our turn. I don't know if that's going to be the case, but we're not going to waste Kobai, so we just Kobai the Kusanagi. Opponent draws into Ice Ryzeal, we draw into Serenia, and my opponent sets the Mitsurugi Purification and the Mitsurugi Prayers. So yeah, he goes to end phase. End phase, we activate Albion here, getting Brand Fusion, and now Eclipse will resolve, so he's going to draw 4 cards. Yeah, draw 4 cards, and now he's going to draw into Mitsurugi Prayers, Kobai, another Prayers, and X Ryzeal. So no hand traps, he didn't draw into hand traps there, but in the end phase he does activate Kobai, targeting Albion. So Albion is negated for us. We draw for turn, and we draw regained. Now we still need to deal with yeah. Anyways, we started with Brand Fusion. Could have started with Regained, see if my opponent would activate something, but I decided, listen, we're gonna have to deal with Tornado, Detonator, Arme. We know he has this trap. We don't know what well, could have been that Imperm or something, and I don't know what hand traps he could have drew into. So I decided, if he has something, just hit the Brand of Fusion first. Cool, so he activates Purification on Brand of Fusion, negating it and tributing Arme. Arme with trigger, which now makes our talents live. To this, I do chain Serenia, hoping that we can just get rid of Arme so that we don't need to deal with its negate effect. But to this, my opponent does chain Mitsurugi prayers, so he's going to special summon Arme. And then I believe he just needs to, yeah, it doesn't need to. Tribute, I'm just trying to read when you activate this card. Tribute 1 ritual, apply one of these effects. Or if you tribute a monster activation, you can apply. Okay, I'm not sure. I believe he should have tributed something there, if I'm correct. I don't know. Anyways, we activate talents, and my opponent chains Arme, forcing us to discard, otherwise it's negated. So we discard Serenia, draw into opening and Albaz, and then Serenia here will trigger. So here we send Retribution. We send Retribution. Purification does negate the effect, negates the effect, but we send Retribution just so that we have a way to recycle Brand of Fusion. So, and also we don't end up drawing Retribution as well. So we go opening, discard, Regain, summon Aluba effect here. Here we will try to add Branded in White to this. My opponent does chain Detonator, so we add Branded in White, and now we're going to activate Branded in White. So here we perform Fusion. We go straight into Mirror Jade. I decide to enter battle phase. I don't use Mirror Jade's banish effect yet because Detonator Detonator could attempt to pop, but I decide, he does have a lot of body on the field, so we're going to try save our Mirror Jade banish for our turn. We attack Detonator to get rid of its pop, and obviously even if we try to destroy Tornado Dragon, Detonator could still protect it by just detaching a material from itself. So yeah, anyways, we just attack Detonator, getting rid of that material so it doesn't have the pop. We then activate Retribution. Now the reason why I activate Retribution to add Regain is because Tornado Dragon, sure, it still has the effect to pop a back row, but Arme, if we try to activate Mirror Jade during our opponent's turn and Arme activates, since we don't have a card to discard, Mirror Jade is going to be negated. So that's why we just use Retribution, keep the card in hand, and we pass turn. I decide to not use Mirror Jade because in case there's too many bodies on my opponent's field to deal with enough damage, Mirror Jade hopefully can get rid of a body. So that's why I decide not to use Mirror Jade. Opponent enters battle phase right away. In battle phase we activate Mirror Jade on the attack declaration of Arme. To this, my opponent does chain Arme, so we discard Regain. We banish Arme because that has more attack than Mirror Jade. Opponent still will then crash Detonator into Mirror Jade. So here obviously we'll trigger Mirror Jade, but he will attack with Futsu, Tornado, and Maximus. Here I don't know what I was thinking of. So on the destruction of Mirror Jade, it's supposed to be Chainlink 1, Mirror Jade, Chainlink 2, Aluba, but for some reason at the moment I just read that Aluba can only trigger when a card leaves the field because of a card effect, right? So I decided, oh no, sorry, I can't do it. Sorry, I had like such a dumb moment there. So if I summoned Aluba, I believe I would have enough damage to survive here. So anyways, basically, so yeah, that was a misplay there. But on the after Tornado Dragon, Maximus, and Futsu declare attack, opponent activate Mitsurugi trap card. So he's gonna basically target a Saji, reborn it by tributing Futsu. But then on res, Futsu is tributed, triggers effects, and now he's enough damage on board for game. So if I summoned a Luba there, most probably he would attack Maximus, would destroy Luba. We'll take that 2,100 and a 4,100 damage, and I do think we'll be left with maybe like 900 or 600 life points after these two monsters are reborn. So we could have survived. I'm not sure about Mitsurugi prayers, if he could activate it to like summon another body to deal out 900 damage. Most probably could, but yeah. Anyways, we give him game number 1. Unfortunate. So yeah, we didn't draw into a good hand there, but yeah, game number 2 we open Brand of Fusion, Serenia, Lost, Cartesia, and Eclipse. Opponent opens Saji, Prayers, Arme, Ritual, and another copy of Saji. So no interruption, so we're gonna activate Lost, normal summon Cartesia. Gonna try see if we could bait any hand traps here, so that's why we went this route. But Chainlink 1, Chainlink 2, and Chainlink 3, and we're gonna add Albion. We're gonna dump Retribution, and with Grand Gugno we send Titanic Glad just so it's there for the end phase. With Albion we send Regain because we already have Lost set up, so may as well get regain set up, and we join to a Luba, but we can't normal summon, activate regain, and we're going to go brand fusion, which doesn't get negated. So we're going full combo. We go into Albion, Effecture, go for Lubellion, and then with Lubellion 1 we discard a Luba, so there's a Despia in the grave, and we have regain to shuffle draw. We draw into High Spirits and we shuffle back into Mirrorjade. Then tribute Albion to summon Lubellion, which doesn't have any targets to place, so we set Eclipse, go to end phase. End phase, we're going to set up banishment, so we have a line for Lad. We're going to go Titan, summon Quem. Quem here will dump an Albaz, so that we have an Albaz name in the grave, and Cartesia will add itself to hand, so we have enough cards to discard for whichever effects needs a discard. Past turn, opponent draws into Thrust for turn, enters main phase, activates Prayers, tributing Saji to add Kusanagi, which he will special summon as well. And now it's going to be Saji, Chainlink 1. Kusanagi Chainlink 2, so he adds Saji to hand, and he I'm not sure, wait, what is this card? If this card, you can talk about Mitsurugi card, and Kusanagi was supposed to add one Mitsurugi spell or trap from deck to hand, so I'm not sure what happened there. I am not exactly, he didn't resolve Saji, I think, yeah. Anyways, on resolution, he activates Mitsurugi Ritual. To this we do activate banishment, so we summon Albion and banishes Kusanagi. So here I was hoping that he wouldn't be able to trigger Kusanagi to add back his Mitsurugi Prayers, and also Predaplant can now deal with either Ame or his Ryzeal monsters, so that's why we go for this line. So on res it's going to be Chainlink 1 Ame, which is basically going to Brigeki our field. We go Chainlink 2 Regain, targeting Albion. To this, my opponent thought that was the only effect I had, but it was supposed to be Chainlink 1 Ame, Chainlink 2 Regain, Chainlink 3 Lost. And to this, we didn't go Chainlink 4 target Predaplant, target Ame to negate. So that gets negated. Here my opponent was just skipping a step there, but yeah, we're resolving. Lost, add Mercuria, and we shuffle back and draw into Eclipse. Opponent then he doesn't activate it. Thrust there, I mean, he saw we added Mercuria, so even if he went for Bonfire, summon Ice, we just negate, and we still had Eclipse and Mirrorjade, so yeah, I think he wouldn't have any way to keep playing. So scoops game number 2. Now we go to game number 3. Opening hands, we have Super Poly, the Adler, Fusion Deployment, Retribution, and Tragedy. So yeah, this is not a strong hand, but Super Poly can help with breaking the board. Opponent opens Saji, X'd, another copy of Saji, Ice, and Mitsurugi Prayer. So he's going to start off with these Ryzeal plays, summon Ice, summon Sword. Sword here will search for another X'd, overlay into Deodrive. Deodrive will get the search, so he's going to get the field spell and as well as Node. And then here he's going to summon X by activate field spell, summon X by sending a detonator. X here will search for Sword, which he can still summon from hand. He's then going to use the field spell to shuffle back detonator Ice to draw into another copy of Ice. So either this man is not playing hand traps and he's just playing the engine, or he just has very bad luck of not seeing his hand traps. Opponent then summons detonator attaching material, activates Mitsurugi, which card is at Prayers, tribute Saji to add Ame, and then summon Saji from the grave. Saji effect here will add Mitsurugi Ritual, activate Ritual to tributing both Sajis from field and hand to summon Ame, and then here he's just simply going to pass turn. So yeah, he had no way to get the trap. I'm not sure if the guy's playing that rank 4, what's it, King Imp, I don't know, the one that's basically a reptile that searches for a reptile on the deck. I'm not sure if he's playing that. Maybe if he played that or summoned that, get a search, maybe he could have found a way to add the Mitsurugi trap card, but he doesn't. So he ends on Ame, he ends on detonator to pop 3, and basically Ryzeal Cross field spell. So basically 2 pops, 1 force, 1 discard, I guess you could say, and 1 monster negate. So that's really all he ends on. So draw for turn to draw Albaz, which is really good because we have Super Poly. So here I was contemplating hard, should I use Albaz or normal summon Tragedy then use Super Poly, but obviously summoning Tragedy then using Super Poly to fusion summon, we already use our normal summon, so that wouldn't be good. So we decided to go with Albaz, go Super Poly, discarding Retribution because Retribution is best when it's in the grave in this situation. So we go straight into Mirrorjade. We then activate Fusion Deployment, showing Grand Gugno, summon Cartesia. Now here we go Cartesia, Chainlink 1, to which our opponent goes Chainlink to Ame. We go chain link 3 Mirror Jade, attempting to banish a monster. No response here, so then we will resolve by we banish his Duo Drive, because there's a good chance he's only playing one Duo Drive, so we don't want him to recycle that. With Ame, we do discard Tragedy so that we can perform a fusion summon, and we're going to fusion away all 3 of our monsters, 2 from the field and 1 from hand, to go straight into Despia and Praskinion. Then Adlib will trigger to reborn Mirror Jade. No response here, so we're going to use Praskinion now to target his Detonator summon to our field, triggers effect to attach. Then go Mirror Jade, banishing his Ame, open field, attack for game, and we win game number 3. So yeah, guys, this was a bit of a weird matchup. I don't know, the Mitsurugi Ryzeal player was not seeing any of his hand traps. I don't know if he was playing hand traps. Most probably should be playing hand traps because you're playing 40, but yeah, we ended up winning this. It was a kind of weird, but yeah, that was the game. Honestly, I thought that the hand that I drew was not going to be enough to at least, like, you know, win the game, but surprisingly we did. Praskinion there came in clutch, summoning that extra 3000 body, so we managed to score victory here, guys. But yeah, guys, that was the game replay. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please do like, comment, and subscribe, guys, and I will see you in the next one. Cheers, guys.